Welcome to the titular Vee and Reagan's unusual and unethical podcast.
Podcast. Yup.
Today's
Today's
matter.
topic. today's brain matter of today is brain organoids
Goes
on
on
a
a
petri
PJ dish. All right, so jumping into the quick background stuff. So about like 3 minutes or so for this. How it scientifically works. So brain organoids are generated from pluripotent stem cells using a 3-dimensional rotational bioreactor. So from Final Spark, you'll learn this later on that it's like very related. So skin cells are got, and these skin cells are turned into stem cells. Then those stem cells are taken and become like cluster of neurons, and then they eventually start becoming little spheres collectively. It's a collective called brain organoids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then they're eventually attached to an electrode. And then getting into like kind of like basic background information. All right, so this is also known as the cerebral organoid, and also biocomputers or wetware. These can be rented $500 per month. Currently,
silicon-based computing is like the current like big thing, but it takes up a lot of energy. So actually, like since brain organoids save on like a bunch of energy, like silicon-based stuff is like millions of watts. Well, brain computing is only 20. Like it's super energy efficient. It's possible, definitely, that brain organoids could be like the new meta of the computer verse.
Yeah, that's pretty titch. And last thing, past instances. So like 1999, there was a biocomputer, which was actually a calculator, short for calc. This was made with leech neurons. It's pretty gnarly.
Ooh, that's really cool.
And then, that's really cool. And then what else is really cool is that sometime in 2013, this is like where we started locking in. There was discussion in like small testing, and 2020 to 2022, this is testing heightening. This is actual lock-in time, and then 2023, the organoids could play Pong, Dish Brain. Pong haunts the narrative because if you remember, Chimeras, they played not Chimeras. The brain chips, they played Pong with their minds.
Yeah, like Pong is like a big thing for like testing like programming. Like it's been used to test like
like the chimpanzees. The chimpanzees. So starting off with titular fun facts, this is our logo.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm the one who made it, and it like if you look at some brain organoids, sometimes they can grow like these eye-like structures. So I made sure to get a picture that included that because I think it's gross, but it's also weird.
Yeah, the image kind of fills me with a lot of dread. You know what I mean? Like
it's very dreadful. It's a very dread. It's a little bit zombie-ish if you like think about it.
V.
What?
So I heard something about brain organoids and butterflies. Would you want to tell us about that?
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Okay, so Final Spark, which again is like the huge company behind this, like most of them, they have on their website you can see when the brain organoids aren't actively being rented out, they put them in this simulation where they're controlling a butterfly. And it's an entirely 3D, like, made world by them. Like, they put these brain organoids in the Matrix. And when you see their brain waves, it's like they perceive things as actually, like, they're a butterfly. They think that they're a butterfly. Like, if they had any sentient thought, they would think, I'm a butterfly. Like, it's really freaky. It's really freaky. I mean, and you can see them doing that. Like, you can look up articles and, like, there's a whole thing. Like, it's so creepy.
Yeah, I saw the video of the simulation and the brain organoids moving.
Yeah.
That's like the amazing digital circus.
Like, they have the brain waves,
You
like
think
that
the
signal.
you think the Amazing Digital Circus cast is are all just brain organoids hooked up onto?
Yeah, like that's a totally like possible theory.
All right.
And also, I want you to explain like the four classifications, types of the brain.
All right. So this is just kind of like background brain information. So there's four classifications: forebrain, cerebellar, whole brain, and retinal. Now this is like actual brain stuff again. Forebrain, largest area of the human brain, related heavy in speech and cognition. Cerebellar. This is like regulating exercise and body balance. And now, actually, like getting back
Yeah,
onto the topic of like the organoid models. There's like models. There's like uh, it's kind of like not an entirely like accurate connection, but like dog breeds almost. Like there's different models.
yeah,
So whole brain
yeah,
contains all segments of the brain. So this is just like it's whole brain, kind of self-explanatory. Retinal. Now this is good to use to study retina diseases or disorders, and these we'll get into this more later, but these are not just for computers. These are also like being used to study and test and like cure and like test medicine for like mental illness or
yeah,
like health complications and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Like kind of like bouncing off of that. The brain organoids have been known to like kind of develop mental disorders like schizophrenia and autism, but they do it like on purpose. Like the scientists are trying to do this, and they can see like the early stages of it, and it can be really helpful for like the learning more stuff about mental illness and things like autism.
Yeah, because whenever I was researching about this, one of the articles I found was like brain organoids, schizophrenic, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
really think they could develop schizophrenia, but I was like, man, that would be crazy if
yeah,
they could. But then I researched, and no, these scientists are using this to see like where in actual brain development are these things being formed. So it's like the starting
yeah,
of starting. It's not actually developing
yeah,
schizophrenia. It doesn't have schizophrenia.
yeah. It's just a
But
sensationalist title.
we can see um and now we already went over this, but they can form eye-like structures. Now these more information on these are called optic cups, and these contain light sensing cells. So these aren't like eyes, at least the optic cups. Those are just like containing light sensing cells. So that's pretty freaky. Fills me a
Yeah,
lot of dread. Makes me kind of feel like I'm a zombie.
yeah.
All right, so this
In the future, this technology is so good that it might actually be able to rival AI in its intelligence if it's further developed on.
yeah. Yeah, and this is
It's billions
because
of neurons.
yeah, the I was about to get into that, the
Well,
billions of neurons. Tell me about it.
uh, this is because its billions of neurons can spin through the equivalent of 1 billion
Uh
mathematical operations each second.
well, it's actually just 1 billion mathematical operations, but that's
No,
still a
it's
lot.
actually 1 billion. I researched more than you.
Nope. Um
Okay, buddy.
so now they plan on adding dopamine to the equation. So this would increase neuron firing, therefore like increase capabilities, but it feels kind of messed up. It's my gut
Yeah,
reaction.
that's like a bit messed up. Like it's
Yeah.
always bad to bring
Yeah.
dopamine into things.
And as kind of a bit of a positive, there is very little ethical concern about these gathering of stem cells, because as mentioned before, these stem cells are not like unethically sourced. Like we know, they're being donated by from willing Japanese donors that are anonymous. So we know
Yeah,
where the
can I
skin
like
cells are coming
interject?
from.
There's still not much known about how these work, which is stated by a final spark scientist by themselves. Stated by a final spark scientist themselves. Not all questions can be answered, which is kind of like a concern for the future, maybe. Because like if
Yeah,
they don't know how it works, that's kind of freaky.
yeah, and one of the biggest ongoing challenges and like probably what they mostly don't know about is the fact that there's no way to like fully keep these organoids going. Like like to keep a computer going, you charge it, and to keep a brain going, you have these blood cells, and they're being like pumped. But these don't have
Yeah.
a charger or blood cells, so they're kind of like the weird in between. Like there's no equilibrium between these two concepts, so
Yeah.
they
But
die.
that's kind of like a good thing that they die so early because the more they go on, the more advanced that they get.
And we'll get into
It's like their
that
thinking.
in the unethical part too, more in
Okay.
depth. So, a final spark scientist themselves in an interview with BBC said, I think we have recorded about 1,000 or 2,000 of these individual deaths of the brain organoids across past 5 years. So that's a lot. There's not really a entirely good way to keep them going. And we already went to that. And a little bit of an animal detour, not really related to biocomputers. They're infiltrating baby mice's heads with these organoids. V, do you know what that means?
Oh, yeah, that's like really like freaky that they would do that. Like, I don't know why they would like be infiltrating them.
I'm pretty sure
Like,
it's
what's
like
even the purpose?
chimera type stuff, low key.
Yeah, it's like a chimera thing.
And finally, in the titular fun facts, the main plan stated by Final Spark, this isn't entirely to replace everything. It's of course to have it like work with it, just like aid the silicone meta, because silicone is good,
Yeah,
but it's very energy consuming. And now
it's
into
really
the
unrealistic to
yeah,
go on.
and now to the meat and potatoes, the ethical talk. So how it's newsworthy, you just gotta hash it out every time. Like always, this is a science that's developing rapidly, so we just gotta be aware and
Yeah,
more educated. And there is a lot of questioning conscious of these brains, and this is due to the V knows more about this than I. The fact that they like have more like active brain waves or something of that sort as they
yeah.
get
Okay,
older.
so brains have like I think like six types of brain
Like
waves,
six or
and
seven.
there's like certain. I think it's the beta brain waves that determine things like wakefulness and stuff, and they do have those brain waves, so that's a bit concerning.
Yeah, that is a bit concerning.
Yeah,
And especially if as they get older, they get stronger. That's like baby. It's like
yeah.
baby stuff.
Well, there's an article from 2019 that states that their like brain activity is really similar to a newborn baby's.
That's cool.
Like it's as advanced.
And yeah, just like
This
imagine
um,
if you were formed as a brain organoid on a petri dish and you have something that even like slightly resembles human consciousness. Like even that small slight amount separates you from being just a tool hooked up onto a computer. Maybe they like it. I think they like being
yeah,
butterflies.
I don't know if I would like that.
But no,
Like
no.
a fist pop.
But like the butterfly stuff. But like
Yeah.
not even
What made they think
animals.
that they're a butterfly?
Not even animals are just tools. And it's just like a point. It's like really disturbing to just hear about.
Yeah, that's like very disturbing. Even if it's for science, like just thinking about that is kind of gross. What if they took like all of the organoids and like put them together to form a brain?
Yeah.
Hey, what's so funny about that? Like, I think it would work if it smells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Get
like a really
Elon
nice
Musk on the
supercomputer.
phone with that.
Yeah, oh my god, I'm actually talking to a final spark scientist like right now.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, it's
hello?
me. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you my idea for like $1 million. Like, I mean, you have like my permission to do it. Okay, bye.
All right.
I just gotta
What's
say
about
bye.
this minimization of human cells?
Oh yeah. I feel like the minimization of human cells to just being sole workers of a computer is sort of disturbing. It gives you like a weird sense of injustice, especially when it's cells that form the brain, which is, a very complex organ. It's what gives you your ability to think. So why those in particular? because the other ones don't have a risk of forming consciousness. That does.
And given this like weird like human cells are being used, like there's just debates about human rights. Like this happened with chimeras too. Just like debates about human rights and whatnot. And whenever it's really hard. It's really hard to be able to tell like how to navigate this because they're brain organoids on petri dishes.
Yeah.
Um, and I think in my current state, like current meta, very like the chimeras. This is like this is kind of just like the chimera stuff again if you think about it. We cannot really deal with like humanity ambiguous stuff and unclear like
Yeah.
animal brain rights stuff. Like it just brings so much stuff and like right now is it a
Well, the
little
thing
like
is,
insensitive to say like we have enough on our plates because we that
a
shouldn't
little
stop
bit.
us. That shouldn't stop us from
Yeah.
trying to develop science, but like at the same time this is so it's so
Yeah.
weird.
Exactly. Like it's very odd, and it could be, torture for them.
It could be, but they could also just be like butterflies.
Yeah. I mean, they do believe that they're butterflies when they're put in that
Well, then
simulation. It's
they probably
suggesting.
believe they're computers.
Mm,
That's interesting. They probably believe they're computers. V, what's your final thoughts about? Do you think they're unethical?
a little bit, but it's also pretty. It has good potential.
Has good potential, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was the fourth episode of titular unusual and unethical. I think they're if they do have consciousness, they're probably really sad, but they probably think they're computers if you think about it. So is it really that bad?
Maybe.
Goodbye.
Bye.